Hi, this is Michelle Prince, best-selling author, speaker, and publisher. And we're talking about how to leverage the power of authority in your business. There is power in writing a book, plain and simple. There is a power in becoming an author. So many opportunities are attracted to authors. It's a phenomenon I can't explain, but there is instant credibility when you write a book. And so that is why you want to do that first and foremost, so that you can leverage it in your business. And I know this because this is exactly what happened to me. Now, I'll start a little bit further back in my story because I did start working for Zig Ziglar right out of college. It's a funny story that I talk about in my first book, Winning in Life Now, but it's basically, I had an opportunity to work for Zig. I always wanted to work for him, and by doing so, I was fulfilling my passion, and I really had an opportunity to start at a very young age making a difference in other people's lives, and I loved it so much. But then I did something crazy. I decided to quit Zig Ziglar. Now let me tell you, not many people leave that company because it's such a wonderful place to work, but I wanted to climb the corporate ladder. I wanted to be more successful, and frankly, I wanted to go make more money. So I did. I quit and I went into software sales, and I spent the next 13 years in what I say is corporate America, because it was nothing like working at Ziglar. But it was some of the best years of my life and some of the worst years of my life. Best in that I learned so many lessons in what it really means to be successful and what it means to follow your passion and purpose and all that. But it was also some of the worst because I knew what I was doing was not what I was supposed to be doing. I was successful, but I wasn't fulfilled. That led me down this whole path of trying to figure out, well, what would I do if I could do anything? And I always wanted to write a book. Now, I never dare tell anybody I wanted to write a book, but it was just something personally I wanted to do. So back in 2009, I decided while I was working my software job that I was going to write a book. I was going to write a book and I was going to tell my stories and I was going to share what I knew about personal development, and I wanted to write it for my kids, my boys who were both in elementary school at the time. And I did. And the book was called Winning in Life Now: How to Break Through to a Happier You. And it was a great book, and it was certainly not a story of me being a winner in life. It was definitely more a story about my ups and downs in life and how I used personal development to get through some things. And I also shared stories about what it was like working for Zig Ziglar. And so again, not intending to let anyone else read this book but my family, I went ahead, I wrote it, and I published it. Well, as they say, the rest is history, because what happened by making that one step, that one attempt, instantly everything changed for me. Instantly opportunities started to come to me. Not because I was any different than I was the day before I wrote the book. I was the exact same person the very next day. But what happened was people saw me differently. They saw me as this credible resource. And that started an opportunity for me to start a business. And literally that began with speaking and coaching and doing seminars and ultimately opening my own publishing company. All because I wrote a book. So more revenue came to me, more respect, and absolutely more results, all because of writing a book. So that's really what I want to leave with you or say, is that you can, no matter what you do, you will get more revenue by writing a book. For me, what happened was I didn't have a business, but by writing a book, people started coming to me. They started offering to pay me to speak and pay me to coach. And so additional revenue streams were coming to me that I didn't even know existed, let alone planned out. So that is very, very possible for you too. Now, if you already have an established business, just imagine what having a book will do as far as increasing your revenue. How much more opportunity would you get if you were that credible resource in the eyes of all the people that you could help most? So revenue, increased revenue, is an absolute byproduct of becoming an author. But it's not just that. The respect factor. Now, I don't know you personally, but I can bet you want to be respected. I can bet that you want people to look at you and admire you. We all want that. Well, when you write a book, before somebody even reads the book, they're impressed with you. They see you differently. They see you as that expert. Why? Because you wrote a book, because you're an author. So it's not that we're doing a book or writing a book just to gain recognition, but what I'm telling you is if you really want to be respected in your industry, if you want your clients to respect you, then that's the easiest way to do it. I have news. We do business with those that we know, like, and trust. We know this. So if you want your clients to trust you, to respect you, then write a book, because you will absolutely, even without trying, change the perception that people have of you. And that respect factor goes up dramatically when you write a book. So more revenue, more respect, and ultimately more results. So for me, as I was saying, I went out, I started speaking, and then I started helping people and helping others to write books. And because of that, my reputation grew, my respect grew, the revenue grew, but the results grew too, because as other people were seeing what I was doing to help people, more and more people came to me in terms of helping them to publish books. So it all comes together. But for me personally, none of that would have happened had I not written my book, had I not left what was comfortable for me at Ziglar and moved on to an uncomfortable stage of my life, and then really just focused on my passions to write a book. Now, that was my story. For some of you, you may not be passionate about writing a book, but if you are passionate about helping more people, then that's the best thing you can do, because it's a marketing tool. It is a tool to impact more people. Bottom line, it works. So know there is power in writing a book, and you will get it, but you do have to leverage it. Nobody knows about your book unless you tell them. So you have to know how to market it, which we will be talking about. But you have to know that to leverage it. Get it out there. Be proud of it. People see authors differently. They see your work. They see, the book that you've written as a resource, as a tool for them. And we value content. So get it out there and leverage it. And do this for not just professional reasons. Obviously, the power of authority is focused on helping you get more revenue, results, and respect in your business, but also think of the personal reasons. Think of what if one person read your book or learned something from your book. How would that make you feel personally? We all want to be successful, right? I know as a business owner, I want to be successful, but ultimately it doesn't stop at success. I want to be significant. I want to know that what I'm doing doesn't just, make me money or pay the bills. That's success. Significance is when you know that what you're doing matters to somebody, and you move from that place of really becoming all that you were created to be. And that significance for many of us is what drives us. And so personal reasons, professional reasons to write a book, but also think of it as who can you help and who can you impact? Because I promise, whether you try it or not, your book, your story, your message, what you have to share with the world, personally or professionally, it will make an impact. So if you really want to grow your business, your practice, whatever it is that you're doing, not only do you have to establish yourself as the authority, but you have to leverage it.